Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm going to be going over this Kajabi review. So this video is going to be particularly useful for individuals who are deciding whether or not to use Kajabi to host their online courses. And so I've used Kajabi for about 2 years now, and I must say that it's definitely one of the best course hosting platforms out there. And although I've moved away from it, I would still recommend it. But here are some things that you have to be aware about. And if you're interested in signing up with Kajabi, you can use my link down below in the description. Now let's start off with the pros. With Kajabi, you get a really polished course hosting platform with beautiful templates, built-in email marketing, and sales funnels. Plus, you also get a course player that's probably one of the best that I've ever used. And students love their user experience, and their analytics are really detailed. But the downside is that it can be pretty expensive starting at like $149 per month. I do believe there's like a cheaper plan now, and the customization options can be limited if you really want something unique. Now, the biggest cons of Kajabi though is that although the platform is really well designed, you do have to work within their system. And what I mean by that is if you want to do something that Kajabi doesn't support, you're basically out of luck. So there's been some months where I loved how everything just worked seamlessly together. And then there's been other months where I'm frustrated because I couldn't customize something the way I wanted it just because Kajabi didn't offer it. On Kajabi, I think the most students I had in the platform was like around 300. But I also had months where I barely had any course sales and was still paying that monthly fee. Other things with Kajabi that I didn't like or don't like currently is that their email marketing features, while decent, it's not as powerful as dedicated platforms like ConvertKit or ActiveCampaign. And their website builder it's basic, but it's good. But compared to what you can do with like WordPress or other platforms, it's not as flexible. Like I mentioned, Kajabi keeps you pretty locked into their ecosystem. But with Kajabi though, one thing to keep in mind is that you do have to take into account the monthly costs, which can be $149 to $399 per month. I forget what their cheapest plan is priced. So just make sure that you're making enough revenue from your courses to justify that expense. Otherwise, you're just paying for a really expensive platform that you're not maximizing. Now with Kajabi, there can be some limitations when it comes to advanced marketing features and integrations. My recommendation is that you really think about your long-term business goals before committing. For me, for example, I eventually Kajabi and what it could offer, and I needed more flexibility, which is why I moved to Course Creator 360. But here are my tips for people who want to try out Kajabi. First tip is to take advantage of their free trial. You can access the free trial in the link down below the description and really test out the course creation process. Their course builder is really intuitive, but make sure it fits your teaching style. I spent my trial period uploading an actual course and going through the student experience to see how it felt. Second tip is use their templates as starting points. But don't be afraid to customize them though, because while Kajabi templates look great out of the box, you want your course to stand out. I learned to modify their templates to match my brand colors and style, even though the customization options were somewhat limited. Third tip is plan your pricing strategy carefully. Because Kajabi's monthly costs are high compared to other online course hosting platforms, so you need to plan accordingly to maintain a good profit. I learned to factor the platform cost into my course pricing from the beginning. My rule is that if you're not making enough to pay for Kajabi itself, it's probably too expensive. But with Kajabi though, I'd say it was a really good experience overall. Even though I moved away from it, I would still recommend it to people, especially for those who are just starting. It's a great, polished, all-in-one platform, and their customer support is excellent, and the platform just works without a lot of technical headaches, which is worth a lot. So with that being said, if you're considering trying Kajabi, I'd say just try it out. You won't know until actually try it out yourself. It's definitely one of the most professional course hosting platforms available, even if it's not what I'm using anymore. But I hope you found this video helpful, guys. And if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments down below.